Welcome to It's On Halifax with your hosts, Mark Adam and Pat King. It's On Halifax is brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another week of It's On Halifax. It's another gorgeous Sunday in Halifax. The weather is just beautiful, but we're glad that you decided to join us.
Yes, we are.
Well, those of you watching live anyway.
Yes.
If you're downloading this, we understand. It's nice. Go do something.
Yes, it's a beautiful, gorgeous day, as it was yesterday.
It really was. I mean, it's almost not, it's somewhat inclement weather for this time of year, but this is my favorite time of year. It's a little bit chilly, but not enough that you need, a coat and 2 layers or whatever.
Yeah, I hear you. It's, I spent the day yesterday emceeing the Scion City Chase Halifax.
City Chase, yeah, I remember you doing that last year, where teams of people, essentially the Amazing Race, but on a smaller scale.
Much, yes. And it's a lot of fun. And me and my dad were going to put in a team this year, but they offered me the hosting gig again, and there was an option between paying them $120 for our team fees, or they pay me.
Much more than $150, or at least a little bit more. So it's, yeah, you're definitely...
That said, I spent 6 hours talking, and I'm sure that everybody that was there, sponsor-wise, was pretty sick of hearing my voice. Because, you read out the sponsors every 15 minutes, and, you just basically between every 15 minutes, I had to make up everything. So I was just making fun of people. And
just constantly chatting, talking.
Yeah, standing on the stage, people walking by. I'm just like, hey, listen to me.
Yeah, just like some
nice hat,
like some grifter, some carnival pitchman.
So yeah, it was a lot of time spent listening to my own voice, which isn't so bad when it isn't so much time at once.
Well, they didn't have a sound system with pop music or something on it.
Yeah, there was pop music going on in the background while I was.
So you couldn't just sit back and let Miley Cyrus do the work.
No, there was like a little bit of music like in the background, like on the same system, and I was talking over it. So because they want the when the chasers come in, oh my God, our first team, I'm going to talk to them. Like, what was the hardest chase point? What was this? What was that?
How do you feel?
Yeah.
What are you going to do after this?
What was what was the most fun chase point? Like, where did you have the most fun today?
And so, that sounds like some kind of fun, at the very least. Some kind of interesting, that's for sure.
It was a lot of fun. You know what? If they ask me next year, I'll probably do it. It's a lot of fun, and it's not. I don't know. It's one of those things where I really enjoyed myself, even though there wasn't much going on. Just the people are really nice people, and the event is actually really fun. And
there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I mean, it's the tail end of summer, so everyone wants to fit it in. The weather's great.
Yeah, there was Run or Die yesterday as well.
Run or Die. Well. There was the Zombie Run, which happened in Dartmouth. Did you hear about that?
No. I'd heard about it before. I didn't realize it was this weekend.
Yeah, you get basically 3 flags that you stick into your belt loops, and you have a bunch of extremely fit people playing zombies who are chasing you, and you have to make it to these checkpoints and get to the finish line without getting all of your lives stolen.
I really want to play this game.
I know, right?
Why did I not know about this sooner?
I was kind of peeved myself, but next year...
Like, I'd heard that it was happening.
It's always
existed. I just didn't know that it was this weekend.
It's always, I think, like the same week as the Zombie Walk, if I'm not mistaken.
Where was the advertising?
There wasn't much. They had a pretty great website. Although I'd only heard of it just through word of mouth kind of thing. A little bit like Mud Hero, which I'd only learned about this year.
Well, Mud Hero only came to Nova Scotia this year.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
I think.
You're probably right.
Boom!
Another goal. Look at that.
And that's the biter.
Something happened in soccer.
That's the biter.
The biter.
Luis Suarez just scored a goal. It's his first game back since his suspension for biting that guy. the second time he was suspended for biting a guy. That's a weird thing to be suspended for.
Even once. Twice, that's a little bit unheard of. How long was the suspension?
It was like 16 games or something.
Huh. Well, and if you haven't seen it, you should see. There's recently an interview with Mike Tyson speaking to Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, it's part of the Being Mike Tyson series.
Yeah,
it's a 6-part miniseries.
Like an HBO series, is it? Or
I think it's, I want to say Fox Sports 1.
I'm not dripping.
You are dripping.
A little bit. Okay.
It's Fox Sports 1, I think, but Sportsnet's carrying it, I believe.
Awesome.
So Sportsnet has it in Canada?
I really have to see the whole thing. Because what an awkward conversation. I'm sure. Actually, you know what? It's probably not even all that awkward. It's probably water under the bridge.
Well, I mean, it's how many years later, right?
Oh, God.
20. But the little clip of it I saw was they were like laughing and joking about it.
Oh, totally. I mean, Mike Tyson was a little crazy back then. That was the descent. That was his lowest absolute point of crazy. So, you know, what do you do? He's a pretty normal guy now, if not lovable. He's like a big teddy bear.
Handball. Everybody loves him.
I love him. I loved him back then. Well, I mean, I knew he was nuts, but I defended him.
You can't. Oh, yeah, handball. Sorry, there's also a game going on in the background. Liverpool Sunderland. I'm curious because it is Suarez's first game back since his suspension. Not that anybody else cares about soccer, so let's move on.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Thanks, Adam. Although I am excited for football, although I do have to be at yoga at 6 o'clock, which is funny. I was talking to Emily about it, and I said, well, I've never really done yoga, but I did buy GTA 5, and there's a yoga minigame in that. I did that yesterday. Apparently not quite the same thing, but it's a gorgeous day to go out to the Garrison grounds. There's a free yoga class put on by, I think it's one of the local studios or some shop anyway.
It's a publicity thing of some sort for a yoga studio.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It's a free class. It's outdoors. It's really nice. And I feel like I could, loosen up a bit. I could use some loosening up. This is the first weekend I've had off in a month without working either of my jobs. Feels nice. Feels good, man.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I've been working my arse off too. I worked, Monday to Friday.
Yeah, Monday to Friday.
Then I did the City Chase thing yesterday morning. I went to the Mooseheads game in the afternoon or the evening with my dad, and then I went back to work and closed the bar. And then I'm doing this podcast today. Then I'm going to the Mooseheads game at 4 o'clock, and then I'm going to go back to work and close again. And then I open tomorrow and work Monday to Friday.
I'm so glad I don't close this weekend.
My schedule this week is a little on the ridiculous side. Going 12 straight days working.
I took some me time, and by me time I mean I did a little writing with Bruce after work on Friday. We're finally getting back into our little writing groove, which is great. And I got home at about 8 or 9 o'clock after getting a little bit drunk, and I slept for 14 solid hours.
I'm so jealous right now. You don't even know.
It's just
sometimes you don't even know.
I couldn't. I would fall on my feet. I had people telling me all day, like, man, you look like you're half alive. You really need to do something about this whole situation that is you right now, the walking disaster that you are. And I'm keeping it together. It's fine. It's cool. I'm good.
No.
I have to finish a second draft of a script, and we recently had. I'm very, very, very excited about this. You know Amy Kerr by chance?
I do.
Local actress.
I do. She's very, very attractive.
Very, very attractive. Also, a very hard-working woman.
I see her. She's hustling all the time. Like, you see her on Facebook. She's just constantly promoting herself. This is the thing I've done. This is the thing my friends have done.
But she
started the networking and things like that.
She started a production company, Dark Lake Productions.
Nice.
And they've recently gotten attached to a screenplay that I am writing for Mark DeVoe, a very, very big special effects artist in the city.
Devo FX.
Devo FX. Check them out, devofx.com.
Who are a sponsor for the film festival this year, the Nova Indie Cinema Expo.
Yes. So you can check them out on the Novice website, actually. I think there's a link.
There isn't, but there should be.
There should be.
I will fix that.
There will be.
My bad. Sorry.
So, I mean, that's really, really exciting to me because this is the first time I've ever had a real producer attached to a project I'm working on. Not just me or one of my friends doing double duty, producing, quote unquote, and throwing our own money at this project kind of thing. So, a big opportunity. Really, really fun project. A lot of great people to work on. So that's something big on the horizon for me as well.
Yeah, and I still got to get to edit
at the bottom,
the first episode of the
yes.
bottom. It was supposed to be this week. Well, it was supposed to be 2 weekends ago, but then you ended up having work things, and then
you had something.
This weekend,
you work, and you know. Yeah, what do you do?
It is what it is.
Yeah, and I got a lot of editing work that I have to catch up on, but it's just so hard because I get home and I just want to eat.
Curl up in a ball.
I want to eat, sleep, clean, or play video games. That's my home life.
That's what Robin Williams joked about dogs. Dogs have a simple view of life. If they can't eat it or fuck it, they piss on it.
I like it. I like Robin Williams. He recently did an AMA on Reddit. He's a very funny man.
He's hilarious. He's crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely bonkers.
And he's doing that. He's got that new sitcom. Really? I never thought I'd see him do another sitcom since Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, Mork and Mindy was way before my time.
But this sitcom's called The Crazy Ones, and it's him and Sarah Michelle Gellar, I believe.
Nice. Because I've recently been rewatching Buffy, and it's funny. I took a screenshot of an episode last night, and it's just one of those really awkward frames where she's just kind of like half blinking and totally looks like she has Down syndrome. And I laughed and laughed and laughed so hard that I took a screenshot of it, and it's going to be my Facebook profile picture soon. It's just funny. It's shit your pants funny.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get on to some actual stuff that we've got posted on the Facebook page. We didn't talk about it last week, even though it had been topical then, but I tried to avoid it. But then I saw something this week that made me really want to mention it really quickly. Miley Cyrus' video for Wrecking Ball.
Boo.
Did you see it?
Yes. Well, half of it.
I watched about half of it, and I went, does it change? And the person
No.
that was showing it to me was like, no, it's the same all the way through.
Yeah, she sticks her tongue out a couple more times.
Yeah, she licks some things.
Gyrates nakedly in the least sexy way I've ever seen.
And, yeah, anyway. It's an awful video.
Yeah.
And, the song is what the song is. I mean, if you like Miley Cyrus,
it's pop music.
Yeah, it's very stereotypical. So, I mean, like, the song isn't anything special. It's not terrible. It's not bad.
No,
like,
it's
if you like
about as
music,
mediocre as you could possibly get.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's very stereotypical pop music. So the song itself doesn't stand up. Doesn't stand out, I should say.
No.
But the video made a lot of news headlines because she's basically naked riding a wrecking ball. She's literally naked riding a ball.
Yeah.
It's an awful video concept. Actually, that's a lie. It's a neat concept. It was done really poorly. Anyway, somebody remade that video a bunch of times. There's been a whole bunch of parodies of it that you can find. And I've been avoiding most of them. But there's one that's done. It's a hedgehog instead of Miley Cyrus. It's not. Like, there's been ones.
Is it an actual hedgehog riding a wrecking ball? Or like, what? How?
Yeah, hold on.
I have to see a little bit of this because hedgehogs are.
Well, the best part about this little parody is it isn't the whole song. It's like 20 seconds.
I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, you wrecked me.
That's the whole thing.
Oh my god.
That's brilliant.
Go to our Facebook page and watch
Go
this
to the
video.
Facebook page.
Oh,
we won't be offended if you mute us while you watch that 20-second clip.
I don't know. I think hedgehogs are just a naturally hilarious animal.
I love hedgehogs.
Funny little pinched in faces.
I think they're amazing and they're hilarious, and that's that.
A friend of mine had a hedgehog named David Bowie. And every time I just said his name, I laughed. I would hold him in my hand and be like, "Hey, David Bowie," and then laugh. And I'm just like, "Oh man, that's."
Was that a time in your life where you smoked a lot of pot?
Most of the time in my life is when I smoke a lot of pot. I don't know. I think I've smoked enough pot now in my life that I don't even have to smoke pot anymore. It's just twisted me.
You've now trained your body to just be high all the time?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, nothing but endorphins up in this motherfucker. I can make them on command.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, I just thought that was really funny little bit piece of news.
Life.
Also,
I want this book.
me too, so bad. Colonel Chris Hadfield, who, if you'll remember, is mine and Pat's hero.
Yeah, he's a Canadian hero.
He's a Canadian. Yeah, he's an astronaut. He was in space. He was
Commander of the International Space Station.
yeah
So pretty much the most important guy
in
not
space.
on Earth.
Yeah, exactly. The most important human out of this world. But he's very, very smart and very, very
Talented,
talented,
creative.
funny, creative. He's just
If you haven't seen his video for that,
his remake of the Space Oddity.
yeah, oh my God, Space Oddity is. He literally was the first man to make a music video in space. If you don't know this, get out from under your rock and
the
look him
details
up.
of it, like he sent all the footage down and they edited it together on the ground. But clearly they didn't send a film crew to space. He filmed all that shit himself.
Oh yeah,
Recorded all
he's
the
a very
tracks,
talented photographer. If you haven't seen his Twitter account,
all of it, and yes, agreed. And he's got a book that he wrote that's coming out October 29th.
yes,
So a month from today. And it's called An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. And the subtitle is What Going to Space Taught Me About Ingenuity, Determination, and Being Prepared for Anything. And
some heavy shit.
it really is. Just the title alone.
Well, and astronauts have a very unique perspective on life on Earth because there's something called the overview effect, which people have compared to profound religious experiences or very deep psychoactive trips on like LSD, that kind of thing.
Yeah, except for this one's rooted in science.
Well, I mean, it's all the same effect in your brain. It's essentially this rush of being connected, everything being one, and you can get that feeling by looking at the Earth from space.
Yeah.
And realizing how minuscule, like you gain this sense of perspective. They literally have a very unique perspective in that only a handful of people have ever seen the Earth that way. Firsthand, anyway. Not in photos or videos or whatever. So I'm sure he's had a pretty storied career as well as part of the Canadian military. He flew fighter jets for a long time.
Well, yeah, and he's just. But what I also love, and it really showcases, I think, or tries to sort of encompass how creative and how different this man is from other astronauts even.
Well, yeah, and people always just associate scientists with, being coldly logical, rational, and uncreative, or that kind of thing, and he just blows that idea out of the water.
Yeah, it's also, but on the cover of the book is a picture of an astronaut, presumably it'd be him, in an Evo suit, riding a skateboard in space.
Yes, that was the most badass thing ever said.
It's an astronaut in an Evo suit riding a skateboard in space.
Skateboard in space. You see, the only way that picture could be made better is if the skateboard was shooting rainbows.
Yeah, but this strikes me as the thing he would actually do.
You know what? You're probably... Yeah. I could see that.
You know what I mean? Adding rainbows just makes people think that it's some
It's ridiculous.
acid trip, or it is ridiculous. I think he'd do that.
He might.
He wants to, I'm sure he would want to be the first skateboarding astronaut.
He's already done a lot of firsts in space. I wonder who the first guy to jacket in space was.
I don't
Sorry.
want to know that. I don't want to know.
Well, I mean, while you're breaking ground, you might as well.
I'm here.
Part of the 100 million
sitting
mile
on my tin can.
100 million mile high club.
Oh, I will fight you. Anyway, I'm very excited for that book. Very excited for that book. And We would love to interview Commander Hadfield
Oh my god.
when he comes to Halifax next. So, how do we do this?
Well,
If you know his media contacts, let us know, because...
Hadfield for Halcon, I saw was something trending on Twitter very recently as well. Get him to Halcon.
If he came to Halcon, I would lose my shit if we got a chance to talk
Because that's
to
not
that man.
science fiction. That is science fact. That is better than science fiction. It's real life space people.
You know what?
What?
I don't know.
I think I'd be more excited to talk to him than most of the celebrities.
Yeah, I was thinking, like...
Absolutely.
Which celebrities would I be more excited to talk to?
None.
Jewel State.
Yeah, that's true. She's up there. And I still have to go rewatch Firefly. Very, very soon.
So good.
I'm
I have it over there. So
I'm getting my fill of Joss Whedon.
Or no, what? I have it somewhere.
It's going to take me a while to finish watching Buffy. I mean, we're hardly on the third season. We're just at the tail end of the second season. It's taken a week or two.
Yeah. Anyway, if you guys know his contact, send it to us. So that's enough for Chris Hadfield. We're fanboying.
Never enough.
We're fanboying right now. So, did you know BlackBerry's launching BBM on the iOS and Android?
I almost thought BlackBerry had been out of business.
They're working on it. And a sign of that is that the only thing that makes people use a BlackBerry is now coming to the iPhone and the Android, which is kind of, to me, it's like Sega making video games for other consoles now.
Yeah.
They gave up on their own consoles, and they're just like, okay, fine.
But sometimes that's a way to save the business.
But that's what I mean. Like,
you do what you're good at. And
are
that's
they
it,
gonna?
you know?
But is this a sign that BlackBerry is giving up on their hardware because people aren't buying it, and they're going to start sliding into a more software-oriented place? And
Very likely, yeah.
And because I mean, BlackBerry software, like their back end is very well supported,
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. People have a lot of good things to say about BlackBerry support staff. The problem is you have to call them every other day.
Yeah. I don't know.
When I had a BlackBerry, I was so angry and frustrated that I didn't even know what to do.
Well, it's like
half the
using
time.
Linux. It's not really intuitive as far as really manipulating the software itself. It's not really user friendly when you're trying to modify it or.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you know what you're doing, it's a BlackBerry is
Pain in the ass.
a pain in the ass, and it crashes and they freeze all the time. I don't know how many times I had to take the battery out of my friggin' phone all the time.
Well, they're just having a hard time staying relevant. They haven't
Well, the
poured
thing
enough
is-
money into R&D.
They're when they first came on the scene, they were it. They were the smartphone, and then they stayed the same for.
Yeah.
Like iPhone came out, and then Android came out, and BlackBerry didn't evolve.
No,
BlackBerry
it's-
stayed the same.
They have the
So
same
like,
shape
we're gonna
of
add
phones. They
we're gonna
added a
add all
touch
these little.
screen.
We're gonna add all these apps, but the apps look fucking grotesque.
Well, and they didn't have an open app development system like Apple and Android do. Like, you can't design your own app and put it up on the market. BlackBerry did all, like, they commissioned all of their own app development, and then they owned it all.
Well, and yeah, but I mean, forget that. Like the Facebook app, let's say, if I go to use Facebook on my phone, it's elegant, it's smooth, it scrolls. Same with the Android. You open the Facebook app, it's smooth, it's pretty. There's full-fledged pictures, this, that, and the other thing.
I can't say I've ever seen the Facebook app on BlackBerry.
It's fucking atrocious.
By the time I started using Facebook on a smartphone, BlackBerry had become irrelevant.
And that's the thing. Anyway, they haven't really kept up. So BBM is coming to Android and iPhone. So what we'd like to know is, do you plan on getting it?
I have to go with no on this one. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear crickets.
Well, here's the thing. It was supposed to have come out a couple of weeks ago, but apparently there was a leaked version that was unstable, and they're trying to figure out a way to make the new version block that version. So they delayed the launch.
Awful.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
But anyway, what it comes down to is that BBM is like, whenever you talk to somebody who's a BlackBerry user, it's like, I can't give up BBM. I just can't. So if BBM becomes available on an iPhone, are those BlackBerry holdouts going to slide over to using an iPhone because now they can still have their BBM? and they don't have to give up their BBM contacts.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the case. And I mean, people have moved away from it a lot lately anyway. You've got things like Snapchat now that, like, I have half a dozen contact lists on 4 or 5 different contacts, on 4 or 5 different, like...
apps?
Yeah. And it's just fucking ridiculous to me. I rarely, if ever, use Snapchat.
Me neither, but what I love
But
about
it's
my
fun.
phone, like, I have an iPhone. I have the iPhone 5.
Yeah.
It's got iOS 7. A gorgeous thing that I love about it is that all of the apps use the same contact list. Like, I don't have multiple contact lists. So, it makes things really easy. Anyway, so BBM launching very, very soon. Are you going to get it if you have an iPhone or an Android? If so, do you have a price limit? Will you buy it for 99 cents? Will you buy it for $2.99? Like what? Because, I mean, for me, it feels like this is a cash grab for BlackBerry before they shut down.
Yeah.
You know?
More or less.
Because if you can sell it on the App Store for 99 cents and people buy it, because, yeah, great, now I can BBM with my friends. Which, by the way, is fucking weird to me.
Why would you BBM when you've got an iPhone? You can text them. You can...
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
iMessage.
so
like,
many, yeah, you can...
do you
Facebook
not have
them.
it? Like, is unlimited texting not a thing you have on your phone? Like, who doesn't have an unlimited texting plan now?
How many ways do we need to be able to text a person?
All of the ways, Pat.
All of the ways.
All of the ways.
I want to contact somebody on every
Yeah.
app. I'll Facebook them and then
And then Twitter.
Twitter them and then
Text
them and then
iMessage.
Snapchat them and then iMessage them and then BBM them. That's too much. That's far too much.
I think
I've been moving away from using my phone lately. Like I basically let my phone die the last 2 or 3 days because this is the first 2 days I've got off. And
but the
holy Christ, I'll turn it on after 12 hours of not having it on, and I'll have half a dozen Facebook messages, 6 emails, 5 texts, and it's just overwhelming me now.
well, and that's I mean BBM launching on the iPhone and the Android is the same as Apple launching a Google, like an Android version of iMessage, like a downloadable.
Things are starting to get incestuous. It's just...
But I mean, Apple's not going to do that because they don't need to, right? This is a desperation move by BlackBerry. I think it's if it costs anything for the app, that means it's most certainly a cash grab.
The death throes of a company.
Yeah, when a company's circling the drain, they're just reaching for anything
Yeah.
on the outside, you know. So it's it's going to be interesting to see how that all works out. That said, let's move on.
Happy Hump Day. When did you post that?
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, obviously.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just a
gross.
pretty good. Veterans out in the cold in November in Canada. Target asks veterans to sell poppies outside the stores. And
I remember they recently commented on that, and apparently they didn't actually straight up ask them to do that.
no, it was an agreement made by Dominion, who runs the Legions,
Right.
and Target. They came to an agreement and said this would be a good idea. It'll give them more exposure, blah, blah, blah. But that means that these veterans have to sit outside to do their poppy volunteering, in November. And in Canada, I don't know if you're aware, it gets kind of fucking cold in November. It's starting to get chilly now, and we're not even in October yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it was not a good idea for Dominion to have agreed to that. And I don't know. I don't agree. And a lot of people are shitting on Target. But it was an agreement reached with the organizers of the poppy movement.
Yeah, so it's hard to say.
It's hard to say, Target, you're an idiot. Like, I'm going to boycott you. Which, by the way, you did.
Well, I've just never been there.
It's true.
It's not so much a boycott as I've never been to a Target, and why would I start?
I don't even. What does Target sell? It's essentially
It's
Walmart,
a department
right?
store. Yeah,
It's like Walmart.
just a department store,
It's just like Walmart
Exactly.
without the groceries.
and with, I assumedly higher prices. I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Lots more furniture? Question mark?
Yeah. See, I'm also confused as to what Target can even offer me. So, I'm gonna boycott you. I don't even know what you sell, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna boycott you.
I'm just not gonna start going there. I guess.
I'm gonna boycott the gas station. You don't own a car. I know. Like. Anyway, just I don't know.
It seems a bit retarded. I mean, people with their knee-jerk reactions and internet activism, it just people react to this kind of stuff really quickly, almost too quickly, without thinking about it, which I feel is a big problem these days. Like, a controversial music video can't come out for 10 minutes before there's half a dozen parodies. Or, people getting up in arms about boycotting some shit, or having an opinion about some recent tragedy. Knee-jerk reactions have never been faster and more violent.
Yeah, I agree. We've been going for about a half an hour. We're going to take a quick break.
Word.
There was a comment in the chat. Awkward moments. Jacking it in space.
Well, I mean, not like there's anyone there to catch you.
There's no gravity to catch anything.
Yeah, that'd be a
How would
problem.
that work? Never mind. I don't want to know. Let's take a break, and we'll be back in a minute.
Oasis, epic sports pub, where you don't have to spend a lot to get a lot.
I'm Mike.
I'm Rick.
I'm Geddes.
And I'm Chris.
We are 7 Mile Stare, and you are listening to
It's on Halifax.
You want your special day to be just right, right? Well, so did I. I called Maladjusted Media, and all the little details took care of themselves. An audio-video setup, photographer, and even a videographer, all working as a team to capture the memories I cared about. Oh, and I saved a bundle by getting them all in the same place. You should try it.
Visit us online, maladjustedmedia.ca.
All right. All right, let's check two things real quick. Fantasy.
Oh, and I don't even have to change fucking clothes. God damn it. Apparently Evan hurt his back moving and I need to go in early.
How many times is that guy gonna move? Oh, I forgot that was this.
It was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm only supposed to start at 5 and he just texted me and asked me to come in now.
You can't.
Why not?
We gotta finish this.
I know. That's what I told him. But I also don't have a change of clothes. So that's a 45-minute walk back to my house. He said he's got to leave, he can barely breathe. His back is destroyed. So I gotta go. Well, I mean, luckily it's a Sunday, but it's also football season, so it's probably gonna be pretty busy. I'm gonna have to fucking dirty my good clothes, and I'm not gonna be able to finish my laundry. Or that script. Fuck! God damn it.
My fantasy's alright, just make sure our picks get in. Make a quick phone call here. Velutini. Did you notice any changes we need to make to our picks before we put them in? Okay, I'm gonna submit that. And we need to really start putting a push on. We're tied for last place after last week. Yeah, so not good. All right, I'll submit them right now. All right, bye. Last year we were like below the middle of the pack with 7 weeks to go, and we ended up second place.
Jesus.
Yeah. This year we need to put our push on now because we're literally last place. Not good. Not good.
Oh, I need another tight end. I don't like Owen Daniels' chances at the Seahawks. At Seattle. What do you think, Edelman or Snelling? They're playing against each other today. Snelling's doing most of the work now that Jackson's out in Atlanta.
Well,
He pulled 21. Yeah. Well, I mean, they both pulled, 15 plus points last week.
I know, but I've got Jaquiz, so... Actually, I think Jaquiz had 11 last week.
Yes. And Snelling pulled near 20. But I feel
And
like...
I'm playing against Sean, who's got, like, all the fucking Falcons. Hold on.
I can't believe I have to go into work 4 hours early. That's fucked.
That sucks, man.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I'm done sending this email, and I blow my nose, we're good.
What do you think? Keep Des Bryant in? Maybe put Snelling in the flex spot? I can't help but wonder how Atlanta's going to do against New England. Fuck it, I'll keep Des Bryant in there. Why not? I'm gonna rock a quick piss. Oh, also, you have to see the photo.
Oh, okay, I'm good. I can blow my nose and we're good. What are you saying? What photo?
You'll see. Hurry, fuck up, you piece of
I know,
shit.
blow my nose.
I gotta pee.
We're still good to go? Alright. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Asshole. What an asshole.
What an asshole. Oh, so good.
Come on, buddy. I've been rewatching all of Archer again. Fucking love Netflix. It lets me watch whatever I want, whenever I want.
If it weren't for the nose, you'd be a dead ringer for Carl Malden. Come on, buddy.
Come on, buddy. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
And we're back. We're back. That's us. We're back.
Ah.
We're lovable. We're back. We're care-aboutable.
Care-aboutable. The care-aboutable bears. I could give a shit, I guess. I want to see that show.
That guy just took a ball in the face. Not the fun way. This.
What?
Aaron motherfucking Paul is what?
Aaron Paul in the new Need for Speed movie?
Yeah. First of all, Need for Speed movie.
Eh.
That was a long time it was been a long time coming. I'm hoping they do it justice.
What do you mean do it justice? It's a racing game. You can pretty much make up whatever bullshit they want.
It's just
It's Need for Speed.
I'm excited for it.
It's the Fast
Also,
and the Furious.
Aaron Paul.
Yeah, exactly. The guy needs a big fat paycheck so he can do a couple more art movies. It's exactly, you do the art movie, or you do the paycheck movie, and then you do the art movies. That's the way it works. And then once you're done the art movies, you do another paycheck movie. Because he was in a very, very low-budget indie movie called Smashed about alcoholism, where he played opposite Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and it was outstanding. I mean, it was a great performance. It was a really touching movie, very character-driven, very low-budget. Actually had Nick Offerman in it as well, who you might know from The Office.
Which one's Nick Offerman?
Ron Swanson. The man with the mustache, manliest man in the fucking world.
Oh, you mean Parks and Rec?
Yes, I do.
I was like, who is he in The Office?
wait,
I was like, what are you talking about?
Parks and Rec, yeah. It's same deal, same show, essentially. No, but I mean, and this, I'm not excited. I'm moderately excited.
I'm excited for this movie.
I don't think I'll pay to go see it in theaters. If someone has a free ticket, yeah, I wouldn't pass it up.
Well, you wouldn't pass up free anyway.
I wouldn't pass up a free movie. Fuck. Wouldn't matter what it was. I like movies. Even the bad ones.
I like movies.
I like movies.
Yeah, so Aaron Paul, Need for Speed. The trailer looks really good, actually. I don't know if you watched it.
It looks like a racing movie.
It looks like a movie that has racing in it somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be Drive. People aren't going to be demanding their money back because there wasn't enough car chases. That's for sure.
Drive was really good.
Drive was good.
It was very good.
It was just not what people expected. They expected Need for Speed. They expected Fast and the Furious. They expected, Gone in 60 Seconds.
But it was based on a book,
Yeah, I know. Most people didn't know that.
and it was super accurate to the book.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
People were like, oh, Ryan Gosling in a car movie. And then they were too dumb to realize that not all movies live up to their expectations.
Also, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, fucking right, Bryan Cranston.
I just remembered that now, which is funny because we're talking about Aaron Paul.
And Albert Brooks was in that movie. But yeah, I mean, great fucking actors. And I feel like Bryan Cranston in Drive is going to be almost the complete opposite of Aaron Paul in Need for Speed. It's not exactly going to be a heavyweight drama.
No, but Drive was a great movie.
I really liked it. Yeah, I love just about anything from Nicholas Winding Refn, although it's very, I don't want to say controversial, but it's very divisive, his movies. You either love them or hate them. With Drive, people complained there wasn't enough action, and there was very little talking. So then he did Only God Forgives, and it's nothing but non-stop violence and action.
It's one way to shut people up.
And then people complained about it.
Too much violence.
Yeah, it's too much action, not enough character. And he was like, I just did the fucking character movie with Drive, goddammit. What do you people want from me? But I don't know. Great filmmaker. And I don't know, I'm glad Aaron Paul's getting work.
Yeah.
And Betsy Brandt, who plays oh god, what is her name?
I don't know, you lost me.
Schrader. The spoiler alert, guy who got killed last episode.
Yeah, don't spoiler alert. don't spoiler alert and then not give me time to punch you in the face.
Sorry.
I haven't seen anything since they came back.
Oh, okay, then I won't
I haven't
say.
watched a single episode yet. So
Okay, so somebody
moving
dies.
on. Yeah, well, no shit, somebody dies, you fucking idiot. Okay, this day in history. 1789, a regular army was established by the U.S. War Department with several hundred men.
So that's several hundred men. Brutal. Back in 1789, I guess that's a shitload.
Yeah. 1829, the first public appearance by London's reorganized police force was met with jeers from political opponents.
Boo.
The force became known as Scotland Yard.
Which is probably one of the most well-respected criminal investigative organizations in the world.
Fair enough.
Booyah. Oh, speaking of Scotland Yard, Elementary came back recently. They started them the next season.
Yes,
Just throwing that out there. I queued it up at home
to download,
ready to watch. So I'm kind of angry that I got called into work because I don't get to watch it until later.
Yeah, I have all the Breaking Bad episodes downloaded, so that's what I'm gonna do when you leave my house.
Baby, yeah.
I will.
How far back are you?
I'm back to the break. I haven't seen anything since it came back from the break.
Oh god, you'll devour that in a day.
What else is going on?
Oh, this is somewhat relevant. In 1951, the first network football game was televised by CBS in color.
The game was between the University of California and the University of Pennsylvania.
University football. People loved it even then.
It's a way of life in the States, to be honest.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of people like college football more than regular football because, I mean, a lot of the kids haven't had time to get hurt, and they've got something to prove. They're playing for a spot in the NFL, so it's pretty friggin' exciting.
There's a lot of TV premieres on this day in history.
Yeah, CBS was psyched.
1960, ABC aired My Three Sons for the first time.
1963, CBS aired My Favorite Martian.
And The Judy Garland Show.
In 1963 as well. Oh, that was a big day for TV.
Yeah. Ava Shane in 1977 became the first woman to officiate a heavyweight title boxing match. About 70 million people watched Muhammad Ali defeat Ernie Shavers on NBC.
Nice. I've seen that match. Never actually realized that the referee was a woman. Never really occurred to me. When you're watching two of the greatest heavyweights of all time square off, you're not really paying attention to who's officiating.
In Chicago in 1982, 7 people died after taking capsules of extra-strength Tylenol that had been laced with cyanide. 264,000 bottles were recalled.
Holy shit. That is some seriously malicious shit. Putting cyanide in Tylenol.
Hey, you want that headache to go away? Forever.
I wonder if they ever caught the guy that did it.
I don't know.
Or the person that did it, rather.
See, if Emily was here, she'd look it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't have Emily this week.
Boo.
Boo. I hope she's listening and taking notes.
Yeah, she better be. No, she's probably at her matinee showing of Steel Magnolias.
Stupid actress.
Which she's ADing. Which I went to see last night, too. Which is surprising to most people because I'm not a 60-year-old woman. But it was good. It was great.
Who's Mary Lou Retton?
Mary Lou Retton was an actress?
Gymnastics.
Oh, right. Why do I know that name?
Well, she quit this day in 1986. I don't know why that's significant, but it's like a...
Huh.
It's just Mary Lou Retton. I know the name, and I don't know why.
I think it's because back in the day, shows like Animaniacs or like Pinky and the Brain would make reference to celebrities from like the late 80s. Because it was the early to mid 90s. And I would never get them because I was a little kid. So it's just like, these names are kind of ingrained in the back of my head. It's like, I knew who Richard Nixon was long before I knew anything about politics.
In 1992, on this day, Magic Johnson announced that he was returning to professional basketball. The comeback ended the following November.
AIDS.
HIV.
Which I was reading an article about today. Apparently they've finished clinical human trials on a medication that can pretty much cure HIV. So that's kind of huge. We thought overpopulation was bad before. Africa's going to explode. No, I'm just kidding. That's awful.
Millie's book by First Lady Barbara Bush was the best-selling nonfiction book in the U.S. in 1990.
That sounds painfully boring.
I know, right? In China, Canton Tower became operational. Do you know what that is?
No.
I do not know what that is either.
In 1984, Elizabeth Taylor was voted to be the world's most beautiful woman in the Lou Harris poll. Taylor was, at the time, in the Betty Ford Clinic overcoming a weight problem. Huh. Well. I wonder if it was too much weight or too little weight. Too much or too little.
I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much all the
Hasbro.
famous stuff.
Something about action figures there.
Yeah, they were going to make an action figure of an actual person.
Oh, action figures of actual people
Today's
generally
Jerry
go
Lee
wrong.
Lewis's birthday.
Fuck yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
You
1935.
cousin-loving badass.
Okay.
What, you didn't know he married his 14-year-old cousin?
I think I had forgotten that fact.
Yeah, it didn't make him any less of a badass. He just didn't give him... He was like, yeah, I married my cousin. What up? Goodness gracious.
Bryant Gumbel's birthday is today.
This is Brian Gumble.
1948. 1958.
Oh,
Andrew Dice Clay.
and the Dice Man, who actually just made a comeback in a Woody Allen movie that I've been meaning to see. Blue Midnight, I think it was called. Les Claypool from Primus's birthday. He was born in 1963. Holy shit! I didn't know Les Claypool was that old.
He's younger than my dad.
He's still pretty old.
Yeah, they were really... Primus was big in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
So add 20 years to that. Almost 30 years.
He's just a really classic bassist. He's kind of timeless to me. It's like Les Claypool just doesn't age. He's just there being a badass on the bass.
Yeah, but it's like saying You know, Christian Slater's timeless. You know, I don't know what.
It just doesn't age.
He doesn't age at all. If you
Yeah.
look at him in 1980 and you look at him today, it's the same fucking guy. He doesn't even have extra wrinkles.
Well, and
It's terrifying.
it's because I don't
Keanu
see,
Reeves.
I don't see Les Claypool's face. I only just hear his playing is so recognizable. It might as well be his entire personality.
Well,
I only know Les Claypool through his music, and his music has always kind of stayed the same, but stayed really fucking good. So it's just that's it. That's it to me. That's how I know him.
I like when musicians are so well known that they get the one name thing, like Slash. And Flea,
sometimes that's
and The Edge.
that's their own mysticism. Sometimes they're just given those names and then they stick.
Yeah, like Slash is Slash. I don't know Slash's real name. I'll be honest.
Most people don't.
I don't know
Neither do
Flea's.
I.
I don't know Flea's real name.
Neither
the
do I.
bassist from
But recently
the
saw
Peppers.
Flea on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. He created a band. He made a band with the lead singer Tom York from Radiohead.
I would watch that.
It's called Atoms for Peace. ATOMS. Atoms for Peace. The album is fucking killer.
I have to get that now.
You really do, because there's
I
no
love Flea and I
there's-
love Radiohead.
There's no guitarist. He plays bass as lead. It's just the two of them, and then like a keyboardist and some really electronic kind of jam band type stuff, and it's really, really good. They did 2 numbers on The Daily Show, and then you can actually download the entire, I think it's like 5-song performance from The Daily Show, and it's great. Check it out. Go online, or find it some way. I believe it's on comedynetwork.ca. You can just go watch it for free.
Sweet.
Yeah, boy.
Free's a good number.
Free is a good. I like that price.
What else have we got going on? Just trying to toss this. Oh, it's not going to go? No?
No, it's not gonna go.
Oh, that's what she
That's
said.
what we. It's not gonna fit.
All right. Well, just leave it there then.
This is what we get trying to control the show and do the show at the same time.
I know. We need Emily.
We need a robot Emily. We need to clone Emily or something.
We need Emily.
She needs to be in 2 places at once.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about the new website too, folks.
Yeah.
It's on Halifax.ca.
Yay.
I felt like Sean Cullen just then, and I didn't like it.
Oh, that's okay. Everybody loves Sean Cullen.
He has moments where you're just like, I would like to slap you.
Everybody has that moments like that. I mean, if I went an entire day and I knew exactly when other people wanted to slap me, I would probably be very concerned. Like if it just flashed above their head as a little exclamation mark, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, like in a
Something
video
like-
game, you
yeah.
just like
Bonk.
you can tell when somebody's aggro on you.
yeah. It's like, uh-oh. If only life were more like a video game.
If only.
Yeah. God, I think that way too much.
I know, right?
Well, and we've Indie Forge Media, Kevin and I have started hopefully coming up with some more projects lately. He's doing a Pac-Man sketch that he had some test footage
Tomorrow.
for. You found on you can find the test footage on Twitter.
What the fuck dots?
It's so cool. And we plan to do a little RPG thing. He started his own Kevin 11 podcast. And we're hoping to add him to the lineup of the Classy Nads as a constant
rotating
member.
guest?
Like, no, just a legit member. Because he might have more time to do it than I will most of the time. So we might have him on permanently there. We're starting the 2nd season very soon. I should be putting up the new episodes probably by the end of the week. So, lots on the horizon, lots to do. I just gotta start getting shit finished.
Josh. I was talking to Josh about that. He's excited about the 2nd season.
Yeah, and I really, really hope that the Vintage Arcade Museum makes their Kickstarter goal. Go check out their Kickstarter page. Donate if you can. Donate your time. Just share it with your friends, and it's really all that you can be asked. But if they do get what they need, we're gonna have such a great community of people to work and to just record from there, to broadcast from there, to have live panels from there. It will be such a great part of the community. So check it out and do what you can. we would all really appreciate it.
Yes. Also, Kevin McDonald and Dan O'Coin and myself are starting a podcast.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to start recording it on Tuesdays. It's going to be focusing on tech.
That's interesting.
Just tech. Stuff online. YouTube. Like the tech behind all the different things. And
After listening to you talk about the new iOS 7 for like half an hour, I feel pretty confident that you'll do okay at that.
yeah, shut up. So yeah, we're gonna compare tech to itself, and how do we use social media, tips and tricks for doing certain things that people wouldn't necessarily think of, that kind of stuff. It's gonna be fun. So we're gonna do our first recording on Tuesday of this week.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will be sure to check that out. And check out the Kevin 11 podcast. You can find it on the Indie Forge Media website, on Facebook. It's everywhere. It's fun. He's a funny guy. I love him to death. I will literally kill him with my love one day.
That's not creepy at all. Yes, it is. Save me, people. SOS.
You're
All right.
lucky I don't love you. No.
Yes, I am. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in for another week and downloading if you downloaded, watching live if you watched live. I am Mark Adam. You can find me on Twitter at MarkAdamHFX.
And I'm Pat King. You can find me at PatKingHFX. I don't tweet enough, so tweet me. Get me back on the horse. Just yell at me if you want to call me names. Degrade me. Really. Tweet.
Oh, okay. I tweet a lot, so don't worry about it.
Tweet enough for the two of us.
I tweet enough for a lot of people all at once. And yesterday was a very heavy tweeting day for me because I spent all day at that City Chase thing, tweeting results and just
Live
encouraging all the other
I love
runners.
the live tweeting of events. That's such a cool thing.
Yeah, and it's really cool because you're following along and people are posting things. And one guy actually, like the hashtag was Scion Chase HFX, and people were posting photos to it and stuff and asking questions like, "Where the hell is Checkpoint 4?" So funny.
Staying connected.
Yeah, but I mean, they were encouraged to use Twitter and stuff, and they were all helping each other. The team wasn't allowed to help you, but if you asked a question and one of the other chasers wanted to, they could help you out, and it was really neat. But one of the posts was, "My partner is very fit, and I am very puking."
Yeah.
Because it was a 6-hour race all the way around Halifax. There were checkpoints or chase points in Bears Lake. There were chase points at Chocolate Lake.
Holy Christ.
There was chase points in the south end, the north end, like quite a bit around the downtown core. And you had to hit a certain number of them. And you had to hit, there were 3 groups where you have to hit one of these, and you have to hit one of these, and you have to hit one of these. So you could hit all of them in the group, but you had to hit at least one of those as one of your minimum. So it was very neat the way it was all laid out and done. It was very, very fun, and the top time was 2 hours and 43 minutes to get their minimum 8 chase points.
Holy Christ. One of these days I want to do it.
I wanted to do it this year. I just ended up getting the MCing gig again, and I thought, I had a lot of fun last year. Why not do it again? And anyway.
And you did.
And I did.
And that's probably the most for that. That's probably the end of all the events for the summer. I don't think there's much else going on. We're gonna slowly segue into fall because it is officially fall now.
Yeah, I like.
It's my favorite time of the year in Halifax.
It's got a smell in the air.
Yep, and it's just a little chill, just a little brisk.
Just
enough to make the hair on your arms bristle. It's but not enough to wear a jacket. Kind of makes you feel alive.
Yeah, I'm very excited for fall as well. I like it. I love winter. I like all the seasons. I like them all for different reasons. I like winter a lot. I grew up in a hockey rink essentially, so I'm no stranger to cold. What drives me nuts is wind, and we have a lot of wind here in Halifax. So, I do prefer fall to winter because there isn't quite as much wind and it doesn't get through to you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, join us on Facebook and we can talk about the weather.
Facebook.com/It's on Halifax. Also follow It's on Halifax on Twitter at It's on Halifax. We made that very simple. It's on Halifax.ca is our website. Things have been changed up. You can watch live right on the site now. Very exciting.
Oh, well, and in the coming months, there'll be lots and lots to do. Movember's rolling around again. Hopefully
Yes.
we'll have another event.
Yes, if you'd like to join our Movember team, shoot us a message on Twitter or Facebook, and we'll send you an invite. That Mo Bros and Mo Sisters.
Hopefully we'll raise a little bit more than we did last year. Should be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, they're doing a little more every year to encourage women to help out and take part and register. So it's not just men growing mustaches; it's women having sex with men who grow mustaches.
Yeah, we should start a kissing booth. Mustache rides.
I think you might be onto something. Strangely,
Thank you.
shut up. I hate giving you credit for stuff. All right then. So that's it. Let's call it a day, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
This episode of It's on Halifax was brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.